A housing assistance event promoted by a Midlands church says it was going to help more than 45 families in Richland County today, but it never happened. Some people say Brookland Baptist Church Northeast is at fault here after the post went viral. Our Bralise Pimentel tracking what went wrong.
The flyer that was promoted said it was a collaboration between Brookland Baptist Church Northeast and Richland County that would provide financial assistance. But Richland County was told in October no federal grant funding will be released. Community activists tell me the church needs to be held accountable after dozens of people were led to believe the event was still happening on Wednesday.
Because of the need in the community right now, it went viral. I think the issue is when they found out that they wouldn't have the resources, and I think there's a lot of questions about when they found out. I know for a fact that they knew pretty early on that this wasn't going to be able to go off as planned. The lack of transparency with the community, the lack of urgency getting that information out to people was of a lot of people's detriment.
Community activist Tanae Parker calling on the Brookland Baptist Northeast Church to be held accountable. Parker says the church made this post on Facebook about a housing assistance event in partnership with Richland County through the Community Development Block Grant Program. She says the church made more than one post and failed to let people know it wouldn't happen until the day before.
There were people that were counting on this event because of the lack of resources right now, because of the lack of funding that organizations have. Times are extremely hard, and this event was a last resort for many people.
Parker says several families were outside their doors this morning only to find out it was postponed. The two-day event was going to be on a first-come, first-served basis to help 25 families each day with bills and rent. According to this post from the church, they were granted about $53,000 to help families but had to suspend until further notice due to policy changes at the federal level.
The issue isn't just the notification, it's the fact that when did you find out? When were you given the guidance that you weren't going to be able to do this? This isn't a grant that was just awarded to Brookland Baptist. This grant was awarded to several other organizations. They were all given the same guidance, and that guidance was that they needed to hold off on that.
WACH Fox News reached out to the Columbia Branch of Housing and Urban Development, Richland County, and Brookland Baptist Northeast to get clarity on the funding for the event. According to Richland County, they received guidance in October that the funds would not be released. Brookland Baptist Northeast made this post in November about the December event. New to the grant program this year, there are a set of requirements for legal status verification. Richland County is currently developing federal verification, and all program activities must comply with federal conditions updated as recently as December 2025. The county must use the SAFE verification system, which is run by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. In a statement, a Richland County spokesperson saying, quote, "The delay in gaining access to SAFE, training county staff, and performing verification on individuals will unfortunately impact the timing of certain grant-funded public service activities. These processes are required to ensure all programs remain fully compliant with evolving federal requirements prior to the release of funds or the public delivery of services." According to officials, no contracts or federal grant funding have been released. They say all partners have been made aware of the changes.
They jumped the gun and announced this when they should not have. And you have to take accountability in your piece. Like, it's not the county's fault, and it's honestly, it's not their fault that these measures are in place, but they have to take accountability for not adhering to the guidance that they were given by the county.
WACH Fox News reached out to Brookland Baptist Northeast, but we have not received a response. However, they did apologize for the confusion on social media. In studio, I'm Bralise Pimentel, WACH Fox News, Local First.